at, let's see, RTX in Austin, and just getting here, getting all set up. I'm gonna do a little walk around. I haven't set my booth up yet, but I wanted to give a little tiny sneak.
Ooh, your signal's not great yet. Is it better inside the? Here, I'll just leave it on you.
I guess we'll.
I'll leave it on your camera so people can see what RTX is all about. Yep. And let me pop this up and see if there's any questions. Talk us through it, man. What are we seeing? John is very slow and glitchy. Well, at least we're getting oops, here, let me turn this way. First one, Secret Agent Man, first one, Secret Agent Man. Okay, Ace, okay. John, can you hear me? John, can you hear me?
Just a little bit of.
Okay, I just heard you right now, and your video is like super choppy stream.
I can hear you just fine.
Okay, tell us what we're looking at.
Sorry about that. I think my reception is all right. So this is RTX. This is a show that I love to do. It's an internet gaming and community culture event. So it's like a Comic-Con, but more for gaming. And there's a lot more of a spread of different things to see. You get a lot more Twitch streamers. You get a lot more guys that are like into D&D and a lot of different type of gaming. They do a lot of console and PC gaming here. It's done by Rooster Teeth. The guys that do, I think it's Red versus Blue, that Halo thing that they had on.
So old school YouTubers put together a gaming convention, and it's quite big. It's quite popular. It is, like I was saying earlier, it is John's biggest show. What was that? It's John's biggest show, like San Diego's generally my biggest show, that or New York City. But it's interesting that these guys.
Yeah,
okay.
It's my favorite show to do. That was my favorite.
Oh my. Oh my. And we're back. Yes, we are back, but we seem to be having a little technical difficulty with John's video feed. I don't think the Wi-Fi or the cell service in that convention center is quite as good as John was hoping for. It's like talking to Nasser.
Oh, I can't eat right now. No.
My reception cutting out.
Yeah, your reception's cutting out. You sound like a robot. Anyways, let me mention. There's a lot of us go to Comic-Cons, and they're big and all that stuff, but the gaming shows are huge. We have like and the funny thing is they're started by like YouTubers or flipping webcomics people. The PAX show, the video game show, PAX, that's the PAX stands for Penny Arcade Expo. Penny Arcade was a webcomic that got like millions of daily readers, and it was video game based, and so that's why it became, they're like, hey, we've got all these millions of fans, you guys want to do a convention, And man, that thing's huge and it's global. So they do shows in RTX, Rooster Teeth. They do these shows globally too. They do them in England, Australia. John, are you there? This is quite possibly the worst preview of a show ever. Maybe we should have like filmed and then uploaded. John, can you hear me? Like Nasser. It's like Nasser, but Jojo, that has a lot of caffeine.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. How about now? Can you hear me now?
The word now sounded like it was coming out of a Cylon.
No.
Bio command.
Yep. I'll see about. I'm still walking around. Hopefully there'll be some spot where I can actually get some reception.
Yeah. Otherwise, what I was thinking, if you wanted to like do a record, maybe like after it's set up, like after everybody's set up and like ready to go, like maybe 15 minutes before the show starts, if you're already done and set up and ready, what you can do is you can do a video walkthrough. You know, spend a couple seconds at each booth, tell people what's there, what's cool, what they should come see. Show some of our stuff off at our booth.
Yeah.
You know, everybody, I do have metal prints there, paper prints there. I have John there to take your money. If you want to go to RTX in Austin. And there's John. But yeah, if you want to do that, then I can give you my login for my channel, like, and then when you get to the hotel and you get to a decent Wi-Fi spot, you can just upload it.
Okay. Yeah, we can definitely work that out.
Okay, because yeah,
This is gonna be me uploading that.
Is that you?
Except for, I mean, it pretty much is me already, right? Does that look about right?
Pretty close. I don't know if people can see that. Can you guys?
Who knows? I'll walk outside, so see if like there's any better reception. Maybe I can get crushed by a loader or something too while I'm at it.
You never know. It happens.
So, yeah. So now it's showing that I have 4 bars and like LTE. So I don't know if that's actually true or not.
I don't know. You're still real choppy. It's weird though because, man, when there's 100,000 or how many people show up to this?
I think this is right around 60,000.
Yeah, when 60,000 people show up there and start using the same cell towers, you're going to be out of luck as far as cell service.
Right. Yeah, it's not going to be quite as good as it is now. Whatever that's worth.
For whatever that's worth. Well, all right. Let's see. I don't think anybody's got any. Oh, here's a question. Are straws not banned there? Can you get plastic straws in Texas?
Yes, there's absolutely straws here. I've gotten at least 2 straws at Starbucks today, and that's a light day because I only had 2 coffees before walking into the convention center. I reused mine because environment or something.
Yeah, I like to take mine and just go to the ocean and throw them at sea turtles as they're walking by because they seem to enjoy them.
I mean, so the bats here really love them. I just feed the straws to the bats because we have lots of bats here, I guess.
Oh yeah, there's a bridge in Austin that's like Bat Bridge. It's like when it starts turning dark, like a cloud of bats flies out from underneath the bridge.
Yep, and then usually Batman emerges.
Dun, 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 dun.
He's mostly just a homeless guy in a I don't know, but whatever.
Well, his name is Bruce. Um,
he invested all his money in straws, and now they're going under.
how Bruce lost his billions. The straw magnate of Austin, Texas.
the straw company's going under.
I know. It's a sad story. It's a sad, sad story. Well, anybody in the chat have any questions for John before he has another cigarette or something?
Something. I was thinking about it.
Yeah? You want to smoke live on the YouTubes? Oh my goodness.
No. Well, I mean, I could, but I'm probably not gonna.
Wow, your reception's great right now.
Yeah, I'm outside.
Well, why would it suck inside? That's frustrating.
Yeah. That was weird.
Yeah. So go through again and tell, because we didn't really get what you were saying. Describe RTX to everyone.
So RTX is started by Rooster Teeth, who does the Red versus Blue Halo stuff. They kind of started off with that on YouTube, and then they kind of made their own kind of properties with it. They do Ruby, RWBY, and then which I think is like an anime or a cartoon or something. They do a bunch of different like internet community stuff. They do a lot of support of like Twitch, and they're just all about the gaming community and the internet culture community. Very YouTube, very Twitch, very much that stuff and gaming. So they started doing a convention. This is the third one that I'm. Yeah, this is the third time I'm doing one here in Austin. I've done London last year and Sydney last year, and they're super fun. Or Sydney this year, London last year. They're super fun. Such an amazing community. Such an amazing. It's just so much different than I don't know traditional convention like comic conventions that I go to. Totally different crowd, younger crowd in some ways, and not as old of a crowd in a lot of other ways. Like, so it's
You
different.
just said the same thing twice.
Like it's not like everybody just bringing their kids. It's just like more of like a gaming community age range that all come here and just like love it and have a great time. You get a lot of like famous streamers that are come by like all the booths and hang out. And I don't know, it's just cool. Everybody's super into gaming, and they still love all the comic stuff too, but it's not as much biased, or it's not as much of a focus on buying a comic book or that type of stuff. So they still have like shirts and cool other things, but they also have like D&D dice or mats, and they have like cool keyboards or gaming chairs, and do a lot of like panels for with Twitch streamers. And so I don't know, it's really crazy community. The volunteers here are probably some of the best I've ever seen. It's just really well set up. Yeah, I love it. It's my favorite show to do.
And where else do they do them?
So they do 3 shows annually. This is their main hub in Austin, Texas. And then they also do RTX London, and that's in November. And then they do RTX Sydney in Australia, and that's in February, which is cool because that's like smack in the middle of their summertime. And even London in November is like absolutely perfect. It is unbelievable. It's just like the very edge of summer, and it's cool.
In November?
I believe so.
That's
November, October, and I know last year was like the weekend after New York Comic Con, and I think it's the same this year, but I'll have to double check.
Oh, that's October then. That's October.
Okay.
New York is
October
always,
seems good too.
it's like the first week of the year.
Yep.
Well, cool. And so, are there not a lot of artists there?
So they have a small artist alley, and they have a couple other art vendors kind of spread out periodically, but that's not their primary focus. So I don't think that they bias it as heavy on art, and whatever art they do, a lot of it's more like gaming focused. It's not as um, it's not as Marvel, DC, or Image or any of those other um, labels. It's not as focused on that as much. I mean,
All
it's
right.
there, but it's.
And do they jury their exhibitors?
Do they what?
Do they jury their exhibitors, or can any Tom, Dick, and Harry with $1,700 buy a booth?
No, I think they go through and check out what you have and make sure it's a good mix, and you have a good communication with the event staff. We built a really good rapport. Me and my friend Matt built a really good rapport over the years with them, because when the first year we did this, we had kind of a unique product that we brought to the mix, and they were like, "Wow, that's wild. Let's give it a shot." And so the following year, we were like, "Hey, we switched up the product mix, but we do have stuff that's very relevant to this community." They were just ecstatic about bringing us back, and they loved us, gave us great booth placement, and then they were really kind, and really encouraged us to check out London and Sydney. So me and Matt were like, "Yeah, why not? Let's try it out." And they took super good care of us. It's just a really pleasant community to deal with. They understand their community and their audience really well, and I think they handpick the right vendors for it. It's not like as big as New York or some of the other shows. They don't have as big of a space, but it works perfect for the community. It's also not cluttered with a bunch of just
Yeah, I know that convention center. It's not that big. 60,000 people in a center that small. It must feel pretty cramped.
Yeah, it feels pretty packed.
Yeah, that's
But
good.
again,
It's better than feeling empty.
Right. If this is my favorite show to do, and I do New York and Emerald City and some of the other ones where there's 3 times the attendees, and this is still like my best show. It's the right audience for the right stuff.
Right. Well, I hope we do very well. We've got a little pit to dig ourselves out of. Yes, I do want curry, but I'm gonna wrap this up first.
If you don't eat it now, I'll look at
Is that mine? Mom, eat that. All right. Well, John, thanks for the report. Sorry we couldn't see more of the con, but yeah, definitely do a walk around, film that stuff. Let's get it up. Let's get it up tonight. I think that may drive some gamers to my channel, even though I'm not particularly a gaming channel. It'd still be fun.
Well, you've heard of video games before, and you've played them before.
True. I just haven't had the
played...
I haven't had the time lately to invest in getting really good at any new game.
Right. No, I played Call of Duty with you before, and you're pretty ridiculous at it.
I used to be, dude. I used to slay. I used to, but it's if you don't keep in practice, you lose that edge. And I used to go 30-0 on free for all, but now I'm like, I don't know. I can probably
1-30.
No bueno.
We should do a Fortnite live stream, first try Friday. Like never even seen the game before in our lives, and just like turn it on and play it, or find like some game like that. And see how fun.
Yeah, maybe. I could probably do it on my son's computer. He's got Fortnite. I watch them play, but I'm just like, yeah, that might be fun. Maybe I'll try.
First try Friday.
It'd be more fun to have my mom do it.
We could probably make that happen.
I don't understand.
Make that happen too.
All right, man. I'm gonna let you go. Get your thing done. Make us some money. Go team.
Go team. Thanks for watching, everyone.